Hello friend, today I'm going to tell you a story. The story's name is The White Swans. There once lived a king who had 11 sons and one daughter. He married a quick queen and soon after the wedding, she turned the princes into 11 white swans. With a strange cry, they flew up into the clouds and fly away. The king asked the queen if she knew where the princes were. She merely smiled and shook her head. At dusk the swans returned. They flew through the open bedroom window of the Princess Eliza. As the sun set, their feathers fell off, and Eliza's 11 brothers stood before her. By day, we fly about as white swans, said the oldest brother. Each night, when the sun sinks, we become human again. That night, Eliza dreamed that a fairy came to her. Your brothers can be released, she said. You must gather nettles from the forest and use them to knit 11 suds. If the suds are thrown over the 11 swans, the spell will be broken. Be warned, though, the fairy added. From the moment you start your task until it is finished, you must not speak. The first word you speak will kill your brothers. The princess set out for the forest to begin her work. She gathers many nettles, which burned great blisters on her hands. With the nettles, she made yarn for the first set. Her brothers returned at sunset, and when they saw her hands, the youngest brother wept. Where his tear fell, the pain stopped, and the blister vanished. Each day, Eliza knit another set. When she needed more burning nettles, she gathered them and hurried back to the castle. Each day at dusk, the brothers returned to her. Each dawn, they again became white swans and flew away. But one morning, the queen saw them leaving Elizabeth's open window and grew worried. The next dawn, before they could fly away, the queen threw a giant net over the swans. She had men hauled to the swans to a dark cell deep in the castle's dungeon. Eliza found them there and continued to knit through the dark nights outside their cell door. Then the queen announced that there would be a grand feast, roast birds for everyone in the castle. Only Eliza knew the truth about the feast, and she could not speak it. She continued her task instead. The morning of the feast, 10 suds lay beside her at her brother's cell. She was working hard on the last sud when the men came to haul the swans away. As the queen unlocked the cell door, Eliza threw the 11 suds over the swans. They turned into 11 handsome princes. But the youngest brother's sud was not quite done. He was left with a swan's wing instead of an arm. When the king learned the truth about his new wife, he sent guards to arrest her. On her throne, they found a wonder. The queen was never seen again. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.